Hi, you guys. Happy 2016. I know it's a couple weeks in. I hope your year is off to a great start, and if you've made some resolutions, I hope they're going great so far. That's actually what I wanted to talk about today is goal setting and what kinds of goals to set and my tips for doing so. And I actually think this is a more appropriate time to do the video rather than the beginning of the year because typically right around New Year's everyone's really pumped about their resolutions. They've got it all set. They're all gung-ho, really motivated. And it's usually 2-3 weeks into January when you might start to get frustrated. Maybe you're not seeing what you want to see, just losing that motivation. Habits are hard, you guys. Changing habits, breaking a bad habit, or starting a good habit is really, really hard. So give yourself a break if you wanted to change some habits this year and it's maybe not going as well as you had hoped. Now is the time to kind of reconfirm your goals, maybe re-examine your goals. Maybe what I'll talk about today will help a little bit to set goals that you can actually achieve. So what I want to talk today is about goal setting and specifically the type of goal you set. There are two kinds of goals that you can set. There are outcome goals and behavior goals. So outcome goals, let's relate it to school. An outcome goal would be to say, I want to get an A on this test. A behavior goal would be to say, I want to study X amount of hours per day for this test. So outcome is clearly the outcome, the final result. And the thing about that is you can't always control it. Behavior goals are something you can control. It's your own behavior and you have complete control over your behavior, of course, every day. So when it comes to fitness, I highly recommend setting behavior goals. I personally set both. I also set outcome goals. Of course, we know we might want to drop this percentage of body fat. You might want to lose this many pounds. You might want to get back into a different size. That's okay. It's great to set outcome goals and you can absolutely reach them. And I keep a list right now. I shared online. I'm doing 12 weeks of kind of a stricter program trying to dial in. My goal is to lose about 6 to 7% body fat. But again, you can't control that. You can do all the right things. You can eat really healthy. You can work out. You can change your routine. And you're going to have some weeks, let me tell you from doing this for years and years, you're going to have some weeks where your body just doesn't budge. And so don't get discouraged. Instead, I think it's so important to set behavior goals because, again, we have complete control over that every day. So you can finish the day and say, goal achieved. I did everything I said I was going to do today because it's a behavior goal. So let me just give you what I'm doing and a couple examples of behavior goals so hopefully you can set some yourself and hopefully that'll help. So for me personally, I broke down my 12-week program into 4 different behavior goals. So 1, nutrition. I personally practice flexible dieting. It's something I teach all my clients. So I don't eat the exact same foods every day, but I try to hit the same macronutrients. So that's flexible dieting. So number 1 is hitting my nutrition goals daily, 7 days a week. So I was not doing that before. The last couple months I've been way too lax with my nutrition, which brings me here. So number 2, training. I wanted to ramp up my training. So I'm doing a different style of training, very, very intense, 5 days a week. Plus my goal is to do 1 day of yoga. That's me. Before that, I'm used to training, 5 days a week. That's pretty typical. A behavior goal, if you are not used to working out, is not to jump to 6 days a week. That's crazy. You want to work your way up slowly. So if you're currently not working out or you weren't before the new year, I would suggest making your behavior goal 3 workouts a week. So again, I always tell clients too, one important tip is the way to see results is to do better than what you were doing. So you don't necessarily need to hop to an athlete level. You need to look at what you are doing right now and then change it, modify it, take it a step further, and you'll see results. So number 2 for me was workouts. Number 1 was nutrition. Number 3, drinking. You guys know I like my beer. I'm a Wisconsin girl. I'm in the city of Milwaukee. So I definitely wanted to cut back on that. So that too, that's a great behavior goal. You can say, okay, a typical week, I have this many drinks. Cut it in 4 and then do that many drinks. So that's what I personally did. I cut that number in 4 and that's my maximum. So I can split it up how I choose. I look ahead. This Saturday, Packers play, so I'm going to save a few drinks to have with my mom during the Packer game. So that's a behavior goal. Again, I have complete control over that. And number 4, I track my steps with my Fitbit. I've told you guys I love my Fitbit. I'm like totally addicted to it. But for me, that's really important because I do a lot of work from home. A lot of people who work in the office, I suggest the same thing. Track the amount you're moving around, because some days I don't really know. Some days I get a ton of steps in, and some days I don't really feel like I'm that sedentary, but I'm actually not. So it forces me to keep track of how much I'm actually moving around, daily activity, everything like that. So those are my 4 behavior goals, and that's I established my behavior goals, those 4, for 12 weeks. So again, I have those outcome goals. I know what body fat I want to be and the weight and everything like that, but I can't control that week to week. Behavior goals you can. So I would highly suggest, if you've set a goal to lose weight, lose body fat, start working out, anything like that, get very, very specific and set some behavior goals. And you'll find that they're so much more rewarding because, like I said, every day you can check off those boxes. If you don't, you get back on track the next day, but it's in our own control. So that's the awesome thing. So wishing you guys all the best with your goals. I would love to hear from you. So feel free to email me, justine.fitness@gmail.com, or you can contact me through my website, justinefit.com. I'd love to hear about your goals, how they're going. If you have any questions, I love talking fitness, as you guys know. So I'm always here for you, and have an awesome day.